had to testify against my dad in court at one point, and then
and you laid this out in the book too,
I did,
right?
yeah. And
we don't have to go too far, but
so he was very angry that I testified against him, and was very, very bitter, and did not speak to me for almost 2 decades. Like it was like 16 years, I think. And then he remarried. He married his 4th wife, and I guess he got sober. I don't know to what degree. I don't know if he was, I don't know what that looked like for him, but he made an amends to me. And so we had a relationship where we were speaking. He would send me these postcards because he'd had a stroke, and he could type better than write. So he would type out these postcards to me and send them to me throughout the week. So we had this relationship where we were like actually building like a healthy relationship. And then he was diagnosed with cancer and passed away. So it's bittersweet. Like we did have a relationship and get to have time together, like where we were both sober. And then he passed away. So
I can relate in the sense my dad's still here, but when I really started working my sobriety, and he had an accident, quadriplegic, and it's like, oh shit, so
yeah,
value every day.
Absolutely. Yes.
There it is. I want to talk about the art. Of course, people who are watching on the YouTube can see it, so I'll put it up there, that camera.
Ta-da.
It's a dope cover. Where'd you come up with this art? What's the inspiration?
Well, that's a shoot I did in the 90s, and
I love it.
And I worked with the cover artist, this woman named Colette Elliott, who's up in Washington, like the Pacific Northwest area, and I told her I wanted it to have kind of a Valley of the Dolls, kind of, like heroin kind of look to it.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth on a lot of things. And I had a cover. She came up with a cover that I was like, I love it. It's great. And I sent it to my kids. And I was like, this is the cover. And my daughter was like, meh. And my son was like, no, that's not it. And he sent me back a rock poster, like a 90s like grunge rock poster. And he was like, this is you. He's like, this is what you're like. He's like, you are rock and roll, and you're like, let's fucking do this. Let's go. He's like, you're crazy. Like he's like, it's not enough. He's like, it needs to be dialed up. And then my daughter was like, yeah, he's right. And I was like, okay. So then I go to the cover artist, and I was like, okay, so the cover that I just told you that I love, like, my kids are like, it needs to like be amped up. And so I sent her a rock poster, like, that from like the Fillmore's thing, something that my son had sent me. And I was like, so maybe this kind of vibe with what you already have. And then she sent me this back, and I was like, that's it. That's definitely it. That's it.
This is the Knocking Doors Down podcast, featuring celebrities, experts, and everyday people who have overcome adversities, including addiction, mental health, and trauma, to live purposeful lives. And that's what Knocking Doors Down is all about.